Hello everyone. Till now we have learned about various sources of energy and we had also learned about utilizing those sources to get the energy. Now in this video we are going to learn about that source which is the ultimate source of energy onto the earth. Now this is the source by which sun gets its energy. Now we are going to learn about nuclear energy. Now we started to learn about this energy after Albert Einstein gave his famous equation, that is E is equals to mc square. Now this equation linked the totally unrelated quantities, that is mass and energy. So this established a vital link between mass and energy. And according to this, mass can be converted to energy and vice versa. Now there are two processes in which such a conversion is there. That is, mass is converted into energy. These two processes are nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. So first we will learn about nuclear fission. As the name indicates, fission means the splitting of something bigger into some smaller thing. So now in nuclear fission, the nucleus of heavy unstable nucleus splits into two lighter stable nuclei. Now if we take the example of uranium-235, the nuclei of uranium-235 is highly unstable. So when a small moving neutron is bombarded onto these elements, the nucleus absorbs that neutron and then it splits into two lighter nuclei, one of barium and another one of krypton. Now these two nuclei are stable in nature and a huge amount of energy is liberated. Since this process involves the breaking of a heavy nucleus into two lighter nuclei, hence it is termed as nuclear fission. Now we have to see in this process from where this energy coming from. Now if you weight the two lighter nuclei, you will find out that their weight will be little smaller than that of this heavier nucleus, that is uranium-235. So we can say that the mass which have been lost is converted into the huge amount of energy by using the equation E is equals to mc square. Now the energy produced in this process is very large. Do you know energy produced by 1 gram of uranium-235 is equals to 2.5 million times energy produced by burning of coal. So the energy coming from the nuclear reactor can be used in controlled manner to produce steam, which help to rotate turbines to produce electricity. Now the major problem that arises due to the use of nuclear reactor is that of the waste which is left out after nuclear reaction. This waste is highly poisonous and can cause cancer. So we have to dispose of this waste in a very far away places from community. So the disposal of nuclear waste should be done under deep sea so as to avoid the possible contact. But ultimately, this waste again cause damage to aquatic life as well. Also, the nuclear power plant should be operated very safely, as a slight error can result in explosion and it spread out radioactive nuclear waste into the surroundings. The recent nuclear power plant explosion occurs in Fukushima Daiichi in Japan in April 2011. Which leads to a large scale of destruction. So here we conclude that if we somehow make the nuclear power plant safer and if we somehow find out the way to dispose of this waste, then nuclear energy can power up the world. So this is all about nuclear fission. Now answer the following question which is based on the topic nuclear fission. The first question is, what is the Einstein famous equation and what does it indicate? Next, what are the disadvantages of nuclear fission? Third, what happens when uranium-235 is bombarded with fast-moving neutron? Now let's talk about nuclear fusion. Now, in this process, there is the fusion of two lighter nuclei like tritium and deuterium to a heavier nuclei like helium. Now, in this process also, a small mass is lost and that mass is converted into the huge amount of energy. So, we can say that in fusion also we get a huge amount of energy. But there is one problem in fusion, that is, when we try to bring two smaller nuclei closer, they experience a large amount of repulsive force, that is electrostatic repulsion. Now, to overcome that repulsion, we need very high temperature, that is the temperature up to 10 to the power 6 Kelvin, and this temperature cannot be achieved in controlled manner. But if we look at sun, the temperature is much above than the required temperature. So at sun, this fusion process take place in which the lighter nuclei of hydrogen combines to form helium and a huge amount of energy is liberated. So the sun receives its energy from nuclear fusion. Out of this large energy, only a small amount of energy reaches towards the earth, which help to sustain life on earth. So, this is all about nuclear fusion. Now answer the following questions. First, what is nuclear fusion? Second, how sun obtained its energy? Now, we had heard about various sources of energies and we had also learned about that many sources are causing harm to the environment in some way or the other. So now we will learn about what are the different environmental consequences of these different sources of energy. Like if we take the example of fossil fuel like coal and petroleum, they release greenhouse gases on burning. Now, this greenhouse gases causes the global warming of the earth and they also cause changes in the weather conditions. Now, it is not that only the non-renewable sources cause damage to the environment. If we take the example of some renewable sources of energy like hydro energy, we had seen that during the formation of the reservoir, the large area of land got submerged in the reservoir and the large amount of natural habitat got destroyed. So, even renewable sources can cause damage to the environment. Even if we take the example of solar cell, solar cell seems to be the clean source of energy as they produce no pollution while working. But during the manufacturing of solar cell, a lot of pollution had already been caused. So, we cannot say that even solar cells is a cleaner fuel. So, in reality, we can say that no source of energy is absolutely clean. Every source of energy can cause little or large damage to the environment. So, we have to use every source of energy judiciously so that it will cause minimum damage to the environment. Now, do you know that the rate at which we are using fossil fuel, the reserve of oil and petroleum is expected to finish maximum by 2060 and the reserve of coal is estimated to end by maximum 2088, which is a big reason to worry. So, we have to control the overutilization of these resources so that our future generation can use these resources. So, this is all about the chapter Sources of Energy. Thanks for watching the video. Press subscribe and like button for more videos.